Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make him man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make God what I seen him. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red, I. How they want to see, they didn't can sell out Rasta, and sell it out, I sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see, they didn't can sell out Rasta, I sell out, I sell out Babylon. Just talk on the Friday. If I throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing. If I throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black. Big him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Good morning, and welcome. I'm finding it very difficult to keep up with the People's National Party's progress. Really finding it. Were you watching St. Catherine last night? You know the People's National Party won the election last night, isn't it? If you were watching St. Catherine last night, then you would have known that the Prime Minister, Mark Golding, won the election last night. Otherwise, you never watch Wagwan. Lord God Almighty! But if you think the desperation was too much yesterday, they literally fed us with big spoon. You know the spoon where you use tor soup? The Prime Minister literally, the Department of Noise went out yesterday all day, led by the Minister of Noise and his tools, because that's what they really are, tools. They fed us in a press conference. God Almighty knows what they wanted to say and what message they were conveying. If Portia Simpson had a son, we will let Dr. Dayton Campbell take the wheel this morning. But no, not from last night in St. Catherine. We're going to bring you a rubbing that Dr. Campbell gave Andrew Holness the last time they were in Black River. If you didn't see or hear that, we will have to bring it to you. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning. Welcome one and all. Thank you all for joining us this morning. The People's National Party, we can declare the election, but you don't have to call it Prime Minister. We're no longer asking Andrew Holness to call, just pack up and go. The signal was sent. Like, Babsy! I wonder how Babsy stay around Canada. I wonder if the blood of Thickman is going to stain the minister. Lord Jesus. St. Catherine lockdown last night. Did you see what happened in St. Catherine? Labor rights. When you wake up since man, I mean, no one have to drink from go bed last night, labor rights. When you couldn't go bed sober. If you no go bed sober last night, on a conscience a kill on this morning. Hey, Jesus. Lord God Almighty. The press conference. What was that? What Kamina Johnson something? What is it that you were talking about? Don't mind currency, she. Oh, don't mind currency. Shame like dog. Audrey Campbell, good morning. Debbie Jarvis TV, morning, and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. Sharon Bernard, morning. Yvonne Riley, Gloria Morris. Good morning, everyone. Lynette Jenkins, Norman Ferguson, good morning. Colleen, good morning. Monica Wills, good morning. Lawrence Michael, JP. Joan Payne, good morning. Rosemary Samuels. Rennie Nicholson, good morning. Christine Gilbert, Wagwan. Sonia Salmon, good morning. Andrew Holness. Opal Watson, good morning. How you do? Andrew Michael Holness. Delroy Henry. Morning all. Morning. Mazat Control, good morning. Danette Harriet, good morning. Wayne Evans, Barbara Simpson. Colleen Richards, good morning. TikTok, good morning and welcome. What a disgrace on the labor rights last night. Colleen Debbie Jervis, Nikki Gooders, user 8814, Debbie and Duncan. Is it Feline Russell, Paige? Is it Omani Garvey? One of a kind girl. I saw. I think so. Bob Marley. Is that how it's pronounced? It's RM Joseph. It's Code 04. The Kid. Big Ed. Belly. Caroline. Instanani. Martin. Diamond. Is that Sissy? Morning, everybody. Lorna Watts, morning. What a disgrace. Andrew Holness. We no longer have to ask the Prime Minister to call the election. It was won last night. St. Catherine won the election for the country last night. St. Catherine won the election last night for the country. Lord Jesus. When we hear a little bit funny, we hear a little bit funny press conference, man. We have to hear a little bit. A tiny little diggy bit from the press conference. Lord, help the Jamaica Labour Party. We don't have to work hard pound anymore in the Jamaica Labour Party. We don't do it for ourselves. We don't make our job so, Lord, they look closer we come to election. And the easier they make our job be. Labor rights. Why don't I make our job so easy? The closer we get to the election, labor rights, we don't make our job so, I don't even have to do anything anymore. Labor rights. I don't know what sort of audio they came with at their press conference yesterday, and I just watched the meltdown. I think, which is it? I think, or I think, should I or not? What I said? Their volume, Wayne Evans. I don't know what they came with yesterday. I don't know if the technical operator behind the scene were watching the comments, because the audience could barely hear anything from a low-key, badly arranged, like the Minister of Noise. The Minister of Noise, after being out and about yesterday, prostituting himself and scrubbing in from halfway to downtown. Then he sent the Department for Noise to say, conjure up tantamount of bullshit and just go out there and spout it, put a fan on and spew shit. Fan shit. Hey, hey. Hey, boy, sister. Whoa! The leader has the right, he said, to call it. Let me release this comment. I don't know why TikTok hold these comments. Hold on. We're not hiding from anything. Mhm. He said it. The leader has the right to call it when he thinks it's the right time. Yeah, out of the bag, Dr. Tufton. When then may I ask the doctor? We can broadcast and eat pistachio. When would be the right time, doctor? Because you are saying to us that it's not the right time for the prime minister, even down to the motherfucking wire. Pardon the expression, doctor. Even down to the bloody wire. It is not the right time for the prime minister. Provide us more on that, doctor. When do you think it would be the right time for the prime minister? Or when is it going to be the right time for Andrew Holness? Given that you all are just a jam on a spoon of success down with short, so. So we afraid of success? That on a late and thick. And we ain't going for it? I don't know if this is Duppy's story or Anansi's story. It is a story. I know it is a story. The difficulty for me, Pauline Dixon, how you do? TM Rose, Beat and Teach. The difficulty for me, Jamrock 8766, is it Anansi's story, Max Romeo, how you do? Is it Anansi's story or Duppy's story? Dr. Tufton said the leader calls it when he thinks it's the right time. When, may I ask, Dr. Tufton, you think will be the right time? My democracy is not relevant. My participatory democracy, says Dr. Hey, eat pistachio and broadcast. My participatory democracy, says Dr. Tufton, is not relevant. Even though it's coming down to the wire, Robert Brown, morning, it is not an issue, Violet Watson, Lawrence Michael, Daphne Jackson. It is not an issue, Ian Ayers. It's a non-issue, said the doctor. And even though the Prime Minister, Marcia Thomas, is running out of time, he will call it when he thinks the time is right, even when the Prime Minister can be able to waste public money to pamphlet,ize or leaflet,ize or bookerize his successes. We're blind, you see. The Prime Minister's success has to be memorialized on paper because we can't see it in actuality. Can't see it. So the future will come to read about it because we know in Augusta, sweet pea. We know nothing Augusta. So what? You fix this put on for future generation? Lord Jesus. Continue talk, yes, sir. Because the more when you shit near the fan is the further the watery shit spew. The party ready. Hey, Jesus. The party is ready, but the Prime Minister isn't. What kind of double talk fuckery them here, doctor? Who send on the gas school? You just tell we say the prime minister called the election when he thinks it's a good time, when he thinks he's ready. He's not calling it, even though we're coming down to the wire with signal. He is not ready. He does not see it as a good time for him to do it. But then the party, which seemed to know Dr. Tufton, is being separate to the prime minister, is ready. As I say, my problem is working out, is this Duppy's story or is this Anansi's story? Because we know it's a story. The difficulty rather for us is to work out, is it either or is it either? I really love that this question comes from the vloggers, you know, the vlogger channel over there, over Malvina Revenge. Yeah, I'm really happy that this question comes from over there. So, hey, shut up. You not respond to your bullshit, you know, because we don't elect you. We're going to respond to elected people. In Britain, we would say, you're on a hiding to nothing, darling. Sweetheart, you are on a hiding to nothing. You're not explaining anything. You're not understanding yourself. You're not making sense. And we're not understand. You're on a hiding to nothing. Literally. Therefore, what you are saying, darling, I'll try to help you. You are accepting what we are saying. The Constitutional Convention, which we use to call our election, should apply. What the Prime Minister is going here on, as Marlene Miller, who fought, allude to, was the wording of the Constitution, even though the Prime Minister promised specific legislation to deal with the term of Parliament cycle. What Britain legislated was legislate a 5-year term for the life of Parliament. It still does not supersedes or go outside of the conventional practice of the Prime Minister as it still remains in the case, calls the election when it is advantageous for him within that 5-year cycle. Meaning, even 6 months after one general election, and if it is advantageous to the sitting prime minister, can call another general election. Bullshit, madam. Bullshit you are explaining. You don't understand what you are explaining, but I saw you go. How me explain it to you? Crocken lizard. I saw it go. But we have not received the water in our pipes, though, my darling. This is the reason why we're calling for an election, to have a change of government so we can get the water in our pipe. We're tired of the mucky water in the black tank, lady. Hmm? We're tired of the water in the black tank. I make we call for an election because only them 9 years, 10 years, only don't provide with the water. We're not talk about water for now. Only not smell how we smell. Hmm? Hmm. Go on with the idiot, this young man. Leave COVID alone. Britain have how much a general election since in a COVID and on have one in leave COVID out of it alone. I'm fed up of COVID have to carry the cross for the failure of this government. Leave COVID out of it alone. The fed up of COVID have to take the fall for Andrew Holness's failure. Leave COVID out of it. COVID, when last you not talk about the same thing we broke down halfway upon road, constitutional reform process, which is not going anywhere because the Prime Minister failed to come to a consensus with Mark Golding over the issues that Mark Golding raised. And it break down the whole constitutional review and this bullshit. Still in a public. All right, we're going to move over to Dr. Campbell. Dr. Campbell will take the Robin wheel this morning. Dr. Campbell will take the Robin wheel this morning. And this segment of the show, 14 hours of it, is titled If Portia Simpson Had a Son. Dr. Dayton Bright, yes, him can read and write. We're going to hand over to Dr. Campbell this morning to give the Prime Minister a good old going over. As you know, nobody does it as well as Dr. Campbell. Now, Dr. Campbell is the residual of Portia Simpson, I would argue, as well as Dr. Campbell is the Marmite of the People's National Party. You can only love or hate Dr. Campbell. There literally is no in-between when it comes to Dr. Campbell. And Global TV really loves a Dr. Campbell because he, in my view, stood for our democracy when nobody else could or would.
We are in the middle of a campaign that the Prime Minister says is a battle for the minds of the people of Jamaica. And in this battle for the minds of the people of Jamaica, we have a Prime Minister that is seeking to deceive the people of Jamaica. And I have assigned myself to correct every false piece of information that he puts into the public space. I heard him recently, and the Prime Minister says that some people are drunk on power. I want to know who is drunk on power. Because there is a Prime Minister that has said to this country, he does not need any opposition. That sounds to be like somebody who's drunk on power. There is a Prime Minister who in 2020, in the middle of COVID, called an election 6 months early because he had an advantage. Now we are down to the wire, and he has his Minister of Constitution and Legal Affairs talking about December. Call the election now if you are not drunk on power.
Call it.
And around the Prime Minister from Dover Black River. 5 years expire on September 3, and we now go 1 day past September 3 because we're ready for vote right now. And if you're not drunk on power, sir, you will call the election. Why are you running? Why are you hiding? You can run, Mr. Prime Minister, but anywhere you run go, you're going to get a beating. You must get a beating. You have to get a beating.
I can't stand this no longer, but we keep it stronger. I can't stand this no longer, cause the battle is getting hotter. But them have to get a beating.
Oh, me is a youth we grew up in a church, you know. I know for respect and show reverence to God Almighty. I don't claim to be perfect. I make mistakes at times, but me is a youth who know to pay reference to a true and living God. I hear them keep gospel concert. And the biggest fall of them get is when them tap the mic and play a lewd busy signal song. And I want to say to them tonight, let me take you into some real scriptures. Be not deceived, Labour Party, for God is not mocked whatsoever amongst it. That also shall he reap. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, that his sign is not in a race to the bottom, has his MPs and his mayors and his supporters tearing down billboard left, right and center, and he has not called on them to stop tearing down the poster boards. When he went to Montego Bay, the Prime Minister went on stage with the mayor of Montego Bay and was up there giving tacit approval. Hear him, Mr. Mayor, I see you taking down billboards. We had to go to court for the court to tell them to leave the posters alone. And he now says that he's not in a race to the bottom and he wants to have a clean campaign. The Prime Minister that changed the law to literally neuter the office of the political ombudsman. So we are now in a contest without a referee to safeguard and protect the democratic process. He's saying he's not in a race to the bottom. I realize that it seems as if some are afraid to call him out on his hypocrisy. The same man, this same individual is the one who has members in his party saying they will not surrender Jamaica to the People's National Party. I want to tell Brother Desmond something. Nobody surrenders from a position of advantage. When you surrender is when you're under beating. So the mere fact that you're considering surrendering says that you know that when the election call, you're going to get a beating. This Prime Minister says that he is the standard bearer for Jamaica. That he is setting the standards in Jamaica. The Prime Minister, his political career was born in sin and shaped in iniquity.
God, that's shameful.
This man that says that he is setting the standards in Jamaica is the same man that the Greener wrote an headline. Prime Minister Holness has not explained movement of millions of dollars among connected companies. That is the man that said he must set standards.
The Prime Minister's career, political career, was born in sin and shaped in iniquity. That's a biblical insult, you know, Andrew Holness.
That's in Jamaica.
The shell company.
They wrote another headline. Holness income and assets for 2021 not yet certified, says the Integrity Commission. They wrote another headline. Holness fixed use of charity funds to buy personal assets after Integrity Commission raised questions. This is the man that knows that he must set standards. It never done there, so. Company linked to PM Holness files zero tax return, yet loan of $20 million given. It never done there, so. Him decide to carry Integrity Commission, got court, got force them to sign him declaration. Headline, court refuses to compel Integrity Commission to approve PM financials. The issues that the Labour Party said them have with Mark Golding are issues about the color of his skin, even though our motto says out of many.
One people.
We are one. The issues that they have with Mark Golding is that they make up a lie, saying no born here, and them know saying born right here, so in Jamaica, up a UC hospital.
When this song was done for Michael Manley, it literally created a social revival and revolution in the People's National Party and in Jamaica. It's the same feel that the song created for the Mark Golding campaign, the same social revival that the country is feeling. And it's a good thing because we need something to steer us away from the delusion of this government. Where if someone with vloggers never there to deter Andrew Holness.
My father Banya, my grandmother Banya, my grandmother Banya.
You dirty motorists in Jamaica, I am upset with you because Andrew Holness go home yesterday, nobody no run over him, nobody no broke him foot, nobody does anything, and I'm bloody upset.
The issues that we are having with Holness are much more fundamental issues to the future of our country.
Yeah.
And so, comrades, I want to introduce to you our leader, our next Prime Minister. And I'm going to take a minute and just describe the man to you. A few years ago in Jamaica, they were arresting people for the possession of small quantities of marijuana, ganja, herb. Even if it's one spliff, a spliff tail. There was a parliamentarian that stood up and said, no more, this can't go on. And that came after the police arrested Mario Dean and they beat him in the jail cell and killed him. Mark Jefferson Golden, as Minister of Justice, piloted legislation in the Parliament to decriminalize the personal use of marijuana. Hold on. All of these young men that police used to draw, haul and pull, and them used to get criminal record, understand that what used to go on can't go on no more because Mark Jefferson Golden decriminalized that. I am talking to you about a social justice champion. When we talk about electing a leader, we want somebody that can go to the parliament, can read the legislation that come to the parliament, and ensure that the legislation that is approved is something that will not be oppressive to the people of this country, won't take away your rights. Mark Golden, when he was Minister of Justice with Portia Simpson Miller as Prime Minister, he passed over 120 pieces of legislation in 4.5 years. Ask any one of them. Ask any one of them. And they will tell you when the camera turn off that the best legislator in the parliament is Mark Jefferson Golden. Just recently, they brought a bill there to tax the poor people who set up a local Airbnb to make our money out of tourism industry. It was Mark Golden that stood up and defended the rights of the working poor of this country, and had to remove the bill. I'm talking to you about a legislator extraordinaire. Few years ago, bombs were dropping in Ukraine. War started between Ukraine and Russia. We had some students in Ukraine. They reached out and they asked for help to come back home to their families. The government, with Mr. Uncertified, decided that they were going to offer loans to the students. It took a caring, compassionate human being like Mark Golden to go in his personal account, take out the money and send it to the students to bring them back home safely to their families. I am talking to you about a caring leader. Few years ago, the Prime Minister went to Parliament and said that people, gangs, criminals were selling lands over in Portmore and building houses, and that he can't go on and he must go over there, go demolish it. The Prime Minister sent people go over there, go take bulldoze and lick down the poor people's house. After that, some people up in Lloydersville that got land from Michael Manley time, they decided that they were going to throw them off the land. It took Mark Golding to get a lawyer to get injunction against this government so they can't throw poor people off the land. I am talking to you about a man for the people. 36 years ago, Mark Golding, having gone into the inner city, Augustown, found himself a Nubian goddess, a black empress, and he made that woman into his wife. Never since has his name been called on anything other than Sandra Golding.
And you're on a list of concubines.
Rob the political jackhammer.
I am talking to you about a committed family man in Mark Golding.
A family man, not a garden hoe, not a community sword that our prime minister turned out to be. The jackhammer of parliament.
That's a political
And so
jackhammer.
when I hear them out there talking about this and talking about that, Mark Golding don't even drink. Some of them steer the one off their mouth because there are some that are attracted for the love of power. Mark Golding is attracted by the power of love. Make welcome Black River, the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, the President of the People's National Party, Mark Golding.
And you all know the People's National Party won the election last night. If you happens to watch what unfolded in St. Catherine last night, particularly when Mark Golding took to the stage, it was something rapturous. Something where you know, say, that's the moment you saw the death of the Jamaica Labour Party. That's the moment you saw what Andrew Holness has done to the Jamaica Labour Party. Hold on. I just want to... the Mark Golding part.
That they believe that you will never be able to get land. The JLP believes in that type of 1833. And that is why they went over to Clifton and licked down people's houses. But Northwest St. Catherine now if it take sleep mark debt. You can take debt mark debt because JLP came and offered eviction notice in Northwest St. Catherine. Hold on. It was Mark Golding that hired lawyers, including my current.
We just get that point there. I want to find the part.
Oh, that worked. That sounds better.
When Mark Golding came to the
Very
stage.
excited.
Bear with me.
That's why I not live. No, I not live.
Can you imagine Jamaica on the night of the election? Can you imagine Jamaica election night? Those of us who are living in the diaspora, particularly in England, the feeling I'm going to describe to you, you would be aware of it. You know, when we get to Jamaica, there's a demon that you literally feel flew out of your body. I don't know if anyone ever landed Jamaica yet, especially coming from England here. And you literally, the moment you get to Jamaica, you feel the demon that lives in Europe here with us, that lives with us, literally flew out of you. It will be that very same feeling on election night. The people of Jamaica will have that experience of the release of demons. I don't understand when I talk. It may be a bit spiritual for you, but when you have that interaction, you will understand it. But you will feel it. And I feel it coming.
He gave I a message to all those people.
Say it again. Who don't love progress? Comrades, are you ready? Are you ready for yourself? Vanessa, are you ready? Mark Warden, comrade, you ready? Portia Simpson, comrade, you ready? Are you ready? Why? Why? St. Catherine, are you ready? Comrades, I am going to leave this podium and I'm going to hand the mic over to a man who's the real general. The man who's sitting on the A. When me say general, you say general. General. Comrades, your next member of parliament out of Eastern Westmoreland, our general secretary, our strategist. Comrades, make some noise. Make some St. Catherine noise. Big up our general secretary, Comrade Dayton Campbell.
I'm trying to advise. I'm just trying to go through the copyright bits, my peeps. But we can save this day as a people. We can look to a new direction, a better. I wholly do believe we will be, after the general election, be moving into a better direction. I have been concerned of the direction of Jamaica under this government, particularly our democracy, which is important to what we know and how we operate. We have seen 9 years of onslaught from this government, not just on our democracy, on our infrastructure, on the public purse. I mean, everything that gets in the way of this government gets demolished. We literally see what happened in Clifton. It is what the Andrew Holness regime represents, a demolishing of or education or healthcare or agriculture or infrastructure or social norms or constitution or conventional norms or legislative procedures. The young men of our country who Andrew Holness has ordered an onslaught against. What has Andrew Holness not damaged in our country? What has worked, should we ask, under Andrew Holness in our country? The guy must go. The guy should not continue to hold us to ransom. The nation is coming out more and more. The Jamaica Labour Party supporters are being shrunk into shame and disappointment more and more. Release the country and your wholeness. Prime Minister, release the country. If I the Obia man them send you go road yesterday with the fuckery, Prime Minister, release the country. Them 3 women they will grow you. I don't want to criticize them because your granny and your mama and your great-grandma can grow you good and you still go there, go pick up bad company and become a moron. But we still have to ask, what they teach you? We don't see it come true in none of the qualities of you, if there is any. And we are struggling to identify qualities or good qualities of this pride.
The country is just going to vote for somebody based on whether or not them wear fitted jeans or green clocks. Mr. Holness, we don't care what they on your foot. We care why them are golden head and I'm heart. So call the election so Jamaica can be rescued from this government. Years ago, Mark Golden went into the inner city, Augustown, and him go down there and him found himself a nice daughter, a black empress, a Nubian goddess, Sandra, and he made her into his wife. He loved her then, and him still a love her too.
Wow.
For you,
yes,
join the housing trust. And
hold on.
National Party now. Chairpersons at the meeting.
Hold on.
Leader, Mark Jefferson Golden, that had to get lawyers and go to court and take out injunction against based on whether or not them wear fitted jeans or green clocks. Mr. Holness, we don't care what they pay your march on to progress. The word is love. I want to big up everybody online who's watching as well. Good night, Jamaica. Good night to the people of St. Catherine. And to all who are gathered here in Emancipation Square, a sacred space of struggle and strength. A place where the call for freedom was declared once and where tonight we gather not only to honor that legacy.
You know what you grudge Mark Golden for Andrew Holness? Andrew Holness, you know your grudge Mark Golden for? As a black man, as a descendant of the slaves, Andrew Holness, of the enslaves rather, as a descendant of the enslaves, you haven't got a revolutionary spirit in you, Andrew Holness. What you have is a clutching, batified spirit where you sucked up to what is available and what you can get. That's the spirit that you have there. There's no revolution. Have you ever heard Andrew Holness speaking and you say, that's a leader? Andrew Holness is just a little sissy, a little yabba mouth, a little fancy fluff is what the Prime Minister is. And that's your grudge Mark Golden for. That's why you signal such an attack on him, because there isn't a revolutionary spirit in Andrew Holness.
But to insist that that legacy be fulfilled.
Pamela, how are you?
And I must tell you, comrades,
very whole slavish.
When I feel the vibes of Emancipation Square and realize what it means to us in Jamaica, my heart is full. Because the next PNP government is coming with a series of policies that are going to take our country forward to a better place.
When I think of all of the thousands of Jamaicans who live on land and have occupied that land for years, but don't have security of tenure, and they can't use their investment in the property to further themselves in education or in business or to deal with any emergency, I said time come to reform that 1833 law that says you have to be on land of government for 60 years before you can become an owner. And we're going to drop it substantially so that the people who have been there for at least 25 years will be entitled to their title. And it's not one and two, but tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans.
I do welcome that policy, Mark Golden. Take it down, though, because we're a Westminster democracy. Take it down to the Westminster democracy. In Westminster, 12 years. 12 years adverse position, Mark Golden. So take it lower, much lower. I know that where you've taken it to, it widens the net where a lot of people can move to start regularize themselves immediately when that law is changed. But what would be even more beneficial, Mr. Golden, is take it down to the Westminster democracy to 12 years for the adverse position rule to kick in.
Who will benefit from becoming owners of the rock because of that one piece of emancipatory legislation that we'll be bringing forward. And for those who don't make 25 years yet, don't worry yourself. The next PNP government will ensure that you can acquire that piece of land and that you can get some good terms that you can manage to become an owner of that piece of land. It is the same spirit of emancipation which has said that we're going to build 50,000 affordable houses in the next term of office. 500 at least in each constituency. And we are going to build it on lands that are public lands, not fit for agriculture, but fit for housing. And we're not going to include the value of that land in the price of the house. So that you are going to get an immediate benefit once you buy that house of the value of that land that you won't have had to pay for. And you will become a wealthier person overnight by virtue of that investment that the People's National Party is making available to you. And for the younger comrades and the younger Jamaicans who struggle now, they can't leave their parents' home because they can't find the money for a deposit, but they would love to become independent. The People's National Party has a plan for you. Join the Housing Trust. And once you've been there for 2 years as a subscriber, if you're 35 years or under and you find one of those homes that you want to pay down on, the People's National Party will ensure that the National Housing Trust, through the Young Persons Deposit Fund, will give you a grant of up to $500,000. $500,000 that you don't have to repay. $500,000 that further gives you equity in that house from day one. And for the self-employed Jamaicans, the taxi man, the hairdresser, the shopkeeper, anybody who can't produce a payslip because they're not formally employed, you can't qualify for a mortgage now because you can't prove your income. We have the emancipatory plan for you. It's called rent to own. You can go into possession as a tenant, pay the rent equal to the mortgage, and after 6 months, if you've made those rental payments, we will say you've proved your income, you qualify for the mortgage, draw down the loan, no more tenant, no more rent. You become an owner of your own home.
Honestly, Mark Golden, this is one of your most brilliant policy when it comes to housing, infrastructure, and so on. But you see, the 6 months for me, I would rather you move it up to 3 years. After paying rent for 3 years, then you have the right to buy it. And that money you paid over that 3-year cycle, Mr. Golden, goes on your discount for the property. It is a great policy. I think though 6 months is too quick. I think a better stretch, Mr. Golden, would be a 3-year. After renting it for 3 years, then you have the right to buy it. But it's a great piece of policy that will help to provide housing solution for young people, for the poorer class people. But I do believe, Mr. Golden, and do rethink this. It is one of your greatest policy, but I think the 6 month is too short a period. And I think that ought to be extended to 3 years. Then you have the right to buy. But great policy idea, which if implemented will be revolutionary. But my advice though is think about the time scale of the renting. But great piece of idea.
With your own door key. It is the same emancipatory spirit of this place. Why we are going to complete all the Operation Pride schemes across Jamaica, where the people don't yet have title or the infrastructure is not yet final. We are going to finish those schemes. You are going to get your titles, and we're going to roll out the Porsche plan so that other settlements which are not regularized have the benefit of infrastructure and a proper orderly system where they can become title owners of the land on which they live, because the People's National Party is about empowering ordinary Jamaicans and making a ownership society where everybody has a place and everybody can be somebody. It is the emancipatory spirit of this place why we have the first in family scholarship, because we know that education is the antidote to poverty. And if you are the first person in your family to have qualified for university or college, and you're struggling because you can't see your way to how to pay for it, the People's National Party, when we form government, will ensure you get a full scholarship so you can attend university, you can attend college, you can get your degree. And we're doing it for you, and we're doing it for your brothers and your sisters and your family so you can help them to step up in life. And we don't want any generational poverty anymore in Jamaica. It is the emancipatory spirit of this place why we want to ensure beach access rights to the Jamaican people across the country so that our people can enjoy the benefits of the beaches and the beauty of this country. It is the emancipatory spirit of this place why we will be eliminating the abuse of contract work, where employers have people on a string, rolling them over.
I will be holding Mr. Golden to this, because this is an oppressive thing that allow employers to abuse us in Jamaica because we don't have working right. They have us on these rolling contracts where they can dismiss us willy-nilly without any rights, any benefit or whatever. And this thing must be clamped down on, where even if anybody take you on a temporary basis, after 6 months, you must have the rights of the same rights as their permanent employers. Those are the revolutionary policies, labor rights. We make some of our labor rights switch to the PNP because we see some brain dead over there. Just look at when in the press conference yesterday. Dumber and dumber rest.
On short-term contracts so they don't accumulate certain rights and benefits, which the People's National Party and other stalwarts of the labor movement fought so hard to guarantee for our workers and are being denied them. The People's National Party is going to mash up that dolly house.
Oops, official.
So, comrades, whenever them call it, whether Andrew want call it or the Constitution go and call it, we have a purpose for voting. We have a purpose for not allowing anybody to buy way out. We have a purpose for standing firm if they want to try to truck any badness upon we. Because we know where we are going and we're marching on to progress in the emancipatory spirit of this square in Spanish Town. And I want to repeat tonight, comrades. Them have some little tactics that them want to use on us. Where they're trying to pull down billboards and other things like flags and so on. Don't let them draw you out. Those things don't vote. We are blood and fire, comrades, because we have the heart of the passion and the belief. But the word is love. We know that when that day comes and the election is called and it's time to vote, the people of Jamaica are going to deliver a resounding victory for the People's National Party and a monumental defeat for this government that does not deserve a third term. So we don't need to retaliate for any foolishness. It is not worth it. It can only result in arms out. We are going to ease ourselves and say, see it there? Take sleep and mark dead. Come election day, X beside the head, X beside the head, X beside the head.
Catherine Holness, lovable bravo, morning.
I want to say a special word of gratitude to my brethren and mentor, Fix Jackson. When they were embarking on their sordid little attempt at gerrymandering the boundaries of Portmore so that they could try and take over the St. Catherine Parish Council, we strategize the thing. We get some good lawyer and we go to court and we tie up that so that couldn't go on, and we are going to take every single constituency in a Portmore and St. Catherine will be still in the column of the People's National Party in the Parish Council. Because the only way that them can split out St. Catherine to make a parish out of Portmore is if the people of Portmore want that. And there's nothing to suggest now that they do. And it's pure empty promise that is being given to try and con them into thinking that is something good for them when they have nothing to get out of it. Comrades, we need a government in which the people can have trust and confidence.
Yes, absolutely.
That is why we are going to support the institutions of governance in the country that protect our democracy from skullduggery. We have a prime minister in court trying to overturn the Integrity Commission Act, the act that was passed by his government, the act under which he is under investigation for illicit enrichment. What can go so? That couldn't happen under the PNP. We will support the Integrity Commission and their work. And in fact, the gag clause that is in there that says them can't report nothing until them send them final report to Parliament. We're going to modify that.
Release it. Remove it. Yes, we want to hear every thief. As the thief touch with bag, we want to say, whoa, let go me bag.
To give it more balance, because I can't see how it's right that people going into this general election and they don't know whether the person on the ballot is somebody under investigation for illicit enrichment, and that is not right. And we are going to ensure that every member of the executive, just like mine and the Prime Minister, well, he should be but isn't, but mine is, certified and published in summary form, our statutory declaration. All members,
at least, if not all member Mark Golden, at least cabinet members. If you can extend it to all members, fine, because once them are walk through it, we want to know. But especially those in cabinet, make it in law when you come in. Fix the Integrity Commission, so that means it even tighter. And as I've suggested from last year, Mark Golden, what the armor police the name FID and MOCA ought to be entrenched or embedded into the Integrity Commission as the investigative arm which kicks off door, Mr. Golden. If we're talking about strengthening the Integrity Commission and giving it teeth and horns, Mr. Golden, we want FID and MOCA to become part of the Integrity Commission with kickoff door, serve warrant, power of arrest, and power of sequester. To seize where they can't talk, where they get it from, until they can prove it. CTAC and MOCA, CTAC, FID and MOCA, yeah. Entrench all of these in the Integrity Commission Act with power of arrest, power of warrant, power to kick off doors, power to seize assets until you can talk where you get it from. We want as soon as them touch we back, we can ball out, say drop it, Andrew Holness, drop it to fucking thief.
We'll have to go through that too. So we have transparency in government. And we will bring impeachment legislation to Parliament. Because when I see how an MP is caught on video with a stool beating up a woman in a car park and nothing happened to that person and them have him as a candidate.
Andrew Holness promised us impeachment, he did not deliver. Mark Golden is a gentleman, so we are going to hold Mark Golden to this when he comes to power after the general election, because we really need something to hold crooked politician or politician gone rogue to account. So because Mark Golden is a gentleman and Mark Golden has shown the social justice legislative side of him. So we are going to take this from Mark Golden, that Mark Golden will implement such, given that he will be going to Parliament with a substantial majority.
It again for their party. I said that can't be right. Jamaica deserves better than that. So people, we're on a serious mission. When we say it's a mission to rescue Jamaica, a serious something. The Labour Party has run out of ideas.
True.
The economy is stagnant.
True.
It is not growing. The Prime Minister is Minister for Economic Growth and he has failed because the economy is growing at a minimal rate and they don't know what it takes to solve those problems. We have a much better strategy for dealing with those things. And we are going to get behind the business community and get behind the industries of this country and make the economy grow. And we're going to focus on agriculture so that our people can be fed and we don't have to be spending the $1.6 billion each year on imported food when we can produce the best food right here on the rock. So comrades and friends, oh, what a night. You look good way back there, sir. Way back there, sir. Me way back there, sir. Yeah, man. Me way over there, sir. Way over there. Ah. Way around, sir. And way around, sir. PNP River come down. Bang to bang in Emancipation Square. Because we're ready. And we have them where we need them. It must happen. Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. One love, comrades. God bless you all. The word is love.
People's choice.
March, 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 march. now. He has spoken. Comrades, I know you are ready. We want to use the opportunity to thank you.
The nation is ready, Andrew Holness. The nation wants to be released. All you have to do, Prime Minister, pluck the courage up. We heard from Dr. Tufton that you are not quite ready yet. Given how it is going, dismal and pear-shaped for you, Prime Minister, there won't be a time that will be good enough for you or that you will be ready enough. Given your pamphletization of your success, one would hope that the nation would be able to, not only flush your pamphlets down toilet, but help you to do the spelling corrections like Jamaica. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning on Global TV. Lovely to have your support as always. As we say, Labor is doing the job well for us. We don't even have to work hard anymore. Like literally. All we are waiting for is for the Prime Minister to call the election. The nation wants a release, Andrew Holness. Not that we only fed up on your finger with the thief and the crime. There's a demon attached to the Labour Party which is repressing the entire country. The entire country feels under siege, feels besieged. Spiritually, physically, socially, financially, Andrew Holness. Release the country. Release the country, Prime Minister. Thank you, and good morning from Global TV.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is so dead. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it big a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rob and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. You might show us stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let him hear. the prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big him and Joe one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black big him and Joe one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman Joe one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.